Ladies and gentlemen, this morning Delhi woke up to being officially the most polluted city in the world. That's right. In the world, this morning it had the highest AQI levels. The overall air quality index of the capital crossed the 350 mark, which is in the very poor category. In several pockets, such as Anand Vihar, it crossed 400, which is in the severe category. Now, under normal circumstances, the ruling government, both at the center and the state, would be quite concerned and try its very best to assure citizens that things are being brought under control. However, we do not live under normal circumstances. Delhi is going in for an election in a few months, and as a result, this is what the chief minister of the Aam Aadmi Party government has actually chosen to say. Listen in.
हरियाणा और उत्तर प्रदेश अपना इंडस्ट्रियल अनट्रीटेड वेस्ट यमुना नदी में भेज रहे हैं, वजीराबाद बैराज पे भेज रहे हैं, कालिंदी कुंज बैराज पे भेज रहे हैं। हमने देखा कि किस तरह से कालिंदी कुंज बैराज पे लगातार झाग बन रही है। कैसे सिर्फ अभी दिवाली और छठ के समय बन रही है? क्योंकि जानबूझकर इस समय हरियाणा और यूपी का गंदा पानी, इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट का पानी दिल्ली भेजा जा रहा है। क्या आप आम आदमी पार्टी से नफरत करते हो? दिल्ली के लोगों से नफरत क्यों कर रहे हो? दिल्ली के लोगों को जहरीला पानी, जहरीली हवा क्यों दे रहे हो? और मैं दिल्ली के लोगों को भी ये बताना चाहती हूँ कि मारने वाले से बचाने वाला ज्यादा बड़ा होता है। ये मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी को भी बता दूं कि आप दिल्ली वालों को मारने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी दिल्ली वालों को बचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
Ladies and gentlemen, this has to be understood and put in context here. According to the sitting Chief Minister of Delhi, the buck for Delhi's pollution stops at the neighbors, not just in the form of parali, that is stubble that is being burned. She has come out and said that buses from UP, Haryana and Rajasthan are polluting Delhi air. She has said that toxic water effluents from Delhi, from Haryana and UP are coming out during Chhath Puja in order to ensure that Delhi is being poisoned. Essentially, she's saying that Delhi is being poisoned deliberately by a party which wants the Aam Aadmi Party to lose. Just understand and make sense of the seriousness of the allegations coming in from the Chief Minister. Now I want you to make sense of what the Aam Aadmi Party's suggestion to counter to these efforts to poison Delhi are, and I want to ask you as to whether this will make you ditch your car tomorrow on the national commute. The NDMC today has decided to come up with its path-breaking decision to try and counter pollution and decided to incentivize people to take public transport. What is the solution? They have doubled the parking fees in the capital. So if you paid 20 rupees per hour earlier, today you will be paying 40 rupees an hour, which means 20 rupees. Now, viewers, I want you to think and tell me, will any person who is used to taking his or her car to work or for any other purpose in Delhi suddenly stop taking the car to save rupees 20 and suddenly decide to take public transport, something which that person has not felt comfortable or convenient the entire year? This is the kind of logic we are dealing at this point. Rhetoric like Delhi is being poisoned, and logic like 20 rupees will make you shift to the public transport instead. Instead, what has happened from the Supreme Court is this. Several scathing observations, once again emphasizing on the state governments and the central panel, the CAQM's failure to try and protect citizens' rights. The fundamental right of a citizen to live in a pollution-free environment is being destroyed. There are toothless laws which are being put into place, and the government's inactions, both the Haryana government and the Punjab government, signaling to violators that they can act with impunity. All the government's actions so far, we're talking the Punjab and Haryana state governments, have been smashed as mere eyewash, and saying that these figures are reducing in terms of stubble burning is because they're not being acted upon. There's nothing to be happy about. So in conclusion here, we have had the state governments of Haryana, state government of Punjab, and the state government of Delhi acting supremely irresponsibly about this entire controversy. And let's put that out to my guests here. Neoma Gupta, spokesperson of the Delhi BJP, Dr. Nishant Anand, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Vivek Chattopadhyay, senior program manager of the Clean Air Campaign, CSE, and Anulal, lawyer and author, someone who is a very reputed citizen activist at this point. Let me start with you, Dr. Nishant Anand, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, Dr. Anand, one would have deep respect for someone like Atishi ji because she is an Oxford scholar. She's highly educated. She's a Rhodes scholar at this point. For someone as educated as Atishi to come out and make an allegation that poisonous water has been deliberately left by BJP's ruled states in order to poison Delhi, buses coming in from UP and Haryana deliberately are meant to pollute, and so that Delhi is suffering, not to mention Parali. These are bottom level arguments which do not make any sense at all. And it is surprising and shocking that this is the level of rhetoric the Aam Aadmi Party has to come down to try and justify the absolute shambolic state of affairs that we see in the national capital.
Yeah. First of all, good evening to everybody here. Now, see, you need to understand a few things. Now, industrial waste is coming from the NCR. They're not coming from Delhi. Today, the Honorable Supreme Court has clearly stated that the LG has cut more than 1,100 trees in eco-sensitive areas, allegedly benefit for the close associates and his friends. The Honorable Court has stated that a clear restraining order was passed in 1996, requires permission from the apex court before any tree can be cut. Now, the Supreme Court emphasized today that criminal action should be taken against the involved in illegal tree cutting. Now, as far as Aam Aadmi Party, now the Aam Aadmi Party has been working at maximum speed to plant the trees. The Aam Aadmi Party has done 100% electric buses in Delhi. If you go near to the Anand Vihar and you cross the road in Ghaziabad, you can see in Delhi there are 100% electric buses, and on the other side there are diesel buses. So we all need to understand the Aam Aadmi Party is trying to do its best to work for the people. Now, you also need to understand the focus, the BJP, the central government is focused undermining the efforts of the AAP and prioritizing their political interests over the well-being of the people. Now in Punjab, if you see, we have reduced close to 50% of stubble burning. In Uttar Pradesh, we have increased by 97%, and this is the report mentioned by the government. And in Haryana, it's been increased by 23%. So we need to ask today, what is the state government of Haryana, what is the state government of UP is doing to fixing the air pollution problem? Now in Delhi, we have taken every step. Today
Well, the
in Delhi, it
question
has been reduced. In Punjab, we are
Well, the
telling you as
question,
per the
Dr.
report,
Anand,
it has
has
been
been
reduced.
asked by the Supreme Court today, and it has been asked to the Haryana government as well. It has been asked to the CKM, but the question was also asked to the Punjab government as well. And I find it unbelievable to understand that. In fact, let me read out the question which the Supreme Court asked the Punjab government when it said it was just mere eyewash. Your Attorney General has claimed that not a single prosecution has been carried out so far. Today, the Punjab government says it has fined an X number of people. Furthermore, the Supreme Court says that you've only come up with a very nominal fine of a few thousand rupees instead of taking stricter action. Is this by design? Because you are giving a license to people to commit crimes. Yet this is Punjab's involvement is not mentioned by Atiji. She will mention Haryana, she will mention Uttar Pradesh, and I'll come to the BJP guest on that. But you're not mentioning Punjab at this point. Is it because there's an AAP government in Punjab?
No, because the AAP government committed 2 years back that we will reduce the stubble burning, and today, as per the reports, we have reduced more than 50%. Now, we need to ask the questions in the state where in Haryana and UP, the government is of BJP, the central government of BJP.
No, but first answer about Punjab, no, Ms. Dr. Anand. I will ask the question to the BJP. Do not worry. Neoma Gupta ji is waiting for my question. But first answer about Punjab. First answer about Delhi. You have come up. Let's look. You mentioned a lot of things. I'm sorry to keep focusing on the AAP guests, but I need to put this point out. You mentioned a number of ideas which the Aam Aadmi Party has put out in terms of planting trees, coming up with electric buses. I'm surprised you have not mentioned some of your other grand ideas. Let's put out a list of these absurd ideas you've put out. I'm surprised you didn't mention odd even scheme. That has been something which was touted as a big proposal from the Aam Aadmi Party for so many years. You barely mention it here. You have not mentioned the signal per lal batti per turn off your engine on, a move which has had very little conclusive evidence as to whether this actually cuts down pollution or not. You have not mentioned the smoke tower which lies unused and dysfunctional in Connaught Place, which you built at a cost of 24 crores. You have not mentioned this absurd parking policy of the NDMC, which has suddenly decided to double fines and expect that today, if fines are doubled by 20 rupees, people will start taking cars. These are not policies you're not mentioning. I wonder why.
See, I'll tell you. First of all, we need to understand the central government of BJP is there in the NCR. The Punjab has reduced their stable burning by 50%. We committed it 2 years back. Today, after 2 years, we have reduced it by 50%. Now, you want us to answer on the states where we have the government and we have reduced it. You are not asking the government where these people are running in UP and as well as in Haryana and they have a central
You're not
government.
answering my
They have
question,
increased by
sir. You are
97%
not
in
answering my
Uttar Pradesh.
question. Why is that smoke
We
tower
have
in
told,
Connaught Place
let
not
me answer
functional?
you.
You spent 24 crores of the taxpayers' money. Answer that question. I'm giving you a last opportunity to answer that. Why is the smoke tower in CP not working?
The Aam Aadmi Party is trying everything to make sure the citizens of Delhi get the benefit. But the BJP, the LG, the central government has made sure in the last
Why is
several
the
years
smoke
that we
tower
are
not
not able to
working?
do our work properly. The citizens of
Why is the
Delhi
smoke
know
tower
this.
not working, Dr. Anand?
So
Answer my question.
we have sent an application several times to make sure to fix this error, to fix this problem. But the LG is, as I said today, the Honorable Supreme Court has clearly stated that criminal action should be taken against all the people involved to increase the air pollution. You need to understand the people sitting in the power is not letting Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi do their work.
All right, so you're
Arvind
not in power. Let me,
Kejriwal will have
I'm sorry, I spent enough time on the AAP guest. I need to go to Neoma Gupta, spokesperson of the Delhi BJP. Neoma ji, I hope that you will not be deliberately bypassing the comments which have been made. Now, the 3 points, let's look at what has been asked to the Haryana government here from the Supreme Court. Not one prosecution since the COQM's orders in 2021. 400 fires have been reported by the Haryana government. Only 32 police cases have actually been filed. Some have been arrested, some have only been fined. Why is there a deliberate disparity? Is it some sort of policy to ensure that some people get away in Haryana and others don't?
Absolutely not. Good evening. Thank you for having me over. To address stubble burning, the Haryana government has implemented a framework that includes in situ crop residue management, ex situ management, effective monitoring, enforcement. Extensive number of penalties have been levied on when it comes to builders or anybody causing the stubble burning. Actions are being taken. Over the past, this Diwali, they have gone into a green cracker zone. I'm trying to make a point that the intention is to reduce the stubble burning and get rid of it. Mind you, I'm going to make a very strong statement out here. When it comes to stubble burning, there is nobody who should be creating it to add to the pollution. We are all suffering as a result of it. However, if you just see the statistics of today, which is from the IARI website, so it cannot be debatable, the total incidents are 227, out of it Punjab 71, Haryana 10, UP approximately 70. You see, Punjab has the largest number of incidents, more than UP and Haryana combined. But Aam Aadmi Party has the guts, may I say, to blame Haryana and UP constantly. Nobody from BJP is condoning even these incidents from UP and Haryana. But we do have a problem when they try
Dr.
to
Neoma Gupta, I'm glad you
that.
mentioned statistics. We have a graphic on air right now which talks. Well, you would be very interested to know that the number one state when it comes to stubble burning is Madhya Pradesh, which has 93,
No,
which is ruled by the BJP. After that is Punjab,
Delhi.
yes, with 71. In third is Rajasthan, 36. Now, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan fires don't impact Delhi, but as you very rightly said, nobody should be burning stubble, yet we see this happening in these states.
Yes, so keeping the jurisdiction of Delhi in mind and the sentiment of the debate, let's stick to the profile as you had discussed. I'm making the statement again, nobody from BJP is condoning even these incidents from UP and Haryana. But do we have a problem when they try to completely deflect blame? Come on, if you're failing, just bring it up. When it comes to the winter action plan, which has started this 21, elaborate winter action plan, including things like open waste burning control, Harit Ratna, there was anti-smog gun, there was a source apportionment study. They promised Delhi that they would manage the issue and ensure at least the low AQI in the winter in the last decade. Mr. Kejriwal was even praised on this. What has he done about it? Nothing. There are simple things you can do. Increase the green cover. You know Delhi is disproportionately put. You compare, since you have your statistics, let's go to the statistics of the green cover, which are small things which can change the situation. Okay. South Delhi has a green cover of 34%, but Northwest Delhi has 4%. West Delhi has 5%, sorry. East Delhi has 6%. Because of this inconsistent coverage, these areas frequently face more pollution over the last 10 years. Why haven't you worked on these things? These are simple guidelines you can work around to improve the system. Today, when it came to the Supreme Court...
Yeah, they sound very simple, Dr. Neoma Gupta.
No, it's actually...
They sound very simple, but for some reason there seems to be a bizarre lack of will or intent from the COQM and from the governments involved, Delhi or state governments, to act on it. It's not, and it's not me saying this.
Just one last point, please.
Yeah.
simple verifiable truth, which I want to get up. When it came to the topic of Yamuna, which was brought up, the Yamuna flows into Delhi from Haryana at the Palla border. It is clean. From Palla to Wazirabad, a slight distance away, cleansing has to be done. But by the time it reaches Kalandi Kunj, it becomes filthy. Kalandi Kunj, like, how does that happen? Isn't that the jurisdiction of Delhi? So you're trying to tell me somebody from the BJP comes and goes and contaminates the water? Get up. It's been 10 years. You've been responsible for the city of Delhi. 10 years toxic air. He even made a
Yeah,
step
I know. I mean, according to the Aam Aadmi Party, mysteriously the water disappears during summer from Haryana. Mysteriously the water turns filthy. I mean, I don't even want to dignify those charges here. The Chief Minister, Neoma ji, I'll come back to you. I need to get in other people on the panel as well. The Chief Minister also said water comes in from UP. The Yamuna water flows from Delhi to UP, not the other way around. But let me bring in Vivek Chattopadhyay ji, because there are other serious issues which the Supreme Court has pointed out here. The Supreme Court specifically pointed out on two laws being toothless. One is, of course, the Commission for Air Quality Management Act, which has been rendered toothless because there is the Act has been passed without any administrative machinery, which means that you have not equipped the Act with enough provisions to come up with punitive measures here. Second, the Environment Protection Act, which is section 15 of that, which has been rendered ineffective after a 2023 amendment replaced punishment with penalties. So when we have toothless laws in place, who does this actually benefit here? People who essentially pollute and get away just because they're a vote bank.
Yeah, I would certainly say that these laws are certainly meant for controlling high level of polluting units, whether they are industrial pollutants and other polluting units. But at the same time, during winter, stubble burning also appears as a major contribution. But when we say major contribution, today actually I was looking at the data, it is 8% contribution to Delhi stubble burnings. So there is 92% pollution coming from other areas. So we are not having CAQM has not devised a multi-sectoral approach and multi-departmental approach to track those pollution. For example, right now the data from Haryana shows wind since coming from northwest direction, the contribution from Sonipat, Panipat, and nearby Haryana cities are much higher to Delhi's air pollution. And there are other sectors too. For example, transportation sector is about 15%. And there are industries, peripheral industries. So unless until we need to have multi-sectoral approach, at the same time, we have to identify the sources which we are not able to control with command and control system. So what I am saying that states are penalizing with certain amounts which farmers are paying, and it's turning out to be pay and pollute. So that should not happen, because one difference we have to make in this polluting units, that farmers are not counted as polluters. For example, a poor household burning solid fuel, you will not nab that person that why you are burning solid fuel to cook food. So certain community, it has become part of livelihood. Okay, so entire government's machinery and across party sectors, I think this should be made a major agenda, that how to move the agriculture sector away from these practices. I saw the data of Madhya Pradesh also. It might be contributing to pollution to the cities in Madhya Pradesh nearby. So each city pollutes another city, and it is turning out to be a pan-India issue, that burning crop residue burning. And more mechanization is happening. People are burning more stubble. They are not getting rid of to make it alternative uses. So we have to have alternative mechanism uses in all the districts of northern India. I would say first thing. Second thing, we have to help small and marginal farmers, but the farmers who have higher land holdings and they are rich, they have to be made accountable to purchase machines and deploy them. So we have to have a strategy.
But what about the citizens of Delhi? Let me then bring in a prominent citizen voice. Anulal, you have been waiting very patiently, and my apologies for making you wait, but I'll let you have the last word in detail. You have heard the representatives of both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, which together are in power in Delhi and all the nearby states. You've heard the experts' view as well. Do you feel confident when you hear the statements coming in from political parties, both on camera and in court, that they're equipped or they have the intent to act seriously on something which is a very complicated problem? As Mr. Chattopadhyay mentioned here, this is not an issue which has a single source. This is not an issue which has the same source of pollutants across the country. It requires a nuanced effort. But do you see that intent coming from politicians?
Ritangshu, thanks so much for having me here. And I'm so glad you used the word intention or niyat. Jahan intention or niyat hote hai, wahin problems can be solved. Now, over the years, governments, and I address both AAP, BJP, and maybe even Congress, who's not here, everybody has launched these failed experiments. The question is, do we even know the root cause of Delhi's smog? I'll give you 5 points. Okay. First, we've been blaming crackers. Still 10 days to Diwali, we are in the whole envelope of smog. Now, IIT Kanpur said that crackers are not even top 15. In the list of top 15, maybe crackers are not there. Then why have we been going after crackers? Second, parali burning. In a surprise move, 2 years ago, the central government filed an affidavit with the Supreme Court saying stubble burning contributes just 4% to smog. Environmentalists have been debating that calculation. 4 hai, 8 hai, jo bhi hai. Now, parali happens only 15 days in a year. Delhi stays like this all through the winters. So this doesn't add up again.
Exactly.
Then the AAP government says, okay, crops, crackers, sab chodo. We will focus on vehicle pollution. You mentioned the odd even experiment. No impact assessment, nothing. Then the government goes ahead and wastes thousands of crores on the smog towers, which for whatever reason did not work. They were not even made operational. Now we're talking of artificial rain without any clue of the side effects that it will bring. So my simple point is that every year we have a new shosha, we have a new ineffective experiment. Crores of taxpayers' money goes up in smoke. Now, if crackers were not the issue, why did we go after it? If parali is only 4%, why are we debating it? Perhaps we need a scientific study on the causes of this pollution. Are governments launching experiments without understanding the root causes? Are we experimenting with public money and hoping that something will stick? Like, hawa mein teer maar rahe hain. I think that we need to go back to the drawing board and get in some experts who can really tell us what is the root cause. I think, frankly, till now, hearing everybody over the years, I don't think anybody's understood what the root cause, because possibly we need more investigation into it.
The problem, Anulalji, see, it's not rocket science. If you and I can say that, we need experts to look at it and come up with the root cause, because you're absolutely right. This is a very complicated problem. We've not found a solution yet. The problem is, getting scientific experts does not get votes. Getting scientific experts does not come up with headlines. Getting scientific experts on the panel and solving it does not give an opportunity for a political party to blame another political party and create headlines over that. Unfortunately, Delhi is destined to do this till at least it's in election mode. And by that time, God only knows what is the permanent damage that has been done to our lungs and to all the lungs of all our loved ones. Thank you so much, Anulalji. I'm really glad you put it all in perspective. I hope the political panelists were listening. Also, thank you, Vivek Chattopadhyay, for inputs, and thank you, Dr. Nishant Anand and Neoma Gupta, also for joining us on this panel. With that, it's time for a short break. On the other side, it's Nation Tonight and Global Mirror with my colleague Shreya Upadhyay. Stay tuned.